Ito ang Presidential Broadcast Service. Publiko ng bagong Pilipinas para sa bagong Pilipinas. Naghahatid ng mahahalagang balita at informasyon na buugnay ng pamahalaan sa sambayanan. Sulay sa himpapawid ng serbisyo publiko. Radyo Pilipinas. Radyo Publiko. Ang boses ng Pangulo. Sa Iloilo. Radyo Pilipinas. 585 AM. Usapang Agrikultura. Ang inyong source of daily needs. Talakayang sigisig sa kaalaman. Ating ay impormasyon mula sa pamahalaan. Pagpapayan sa ating mga likas na yaman para mas mapaunat pa ang isa sa mga pangunahing kabuhayan sa ating bayan. Usapang Agrikultura. Dito lang sa Radyo Pilipinas.
Maayong araw sa mga tagpalamati sa ating mga hulalaw, yung Facebook Live at ang mga sequence sa ating mga radio station. Good morning and sa ating mga farmers, sa ating mga official food, sa ating mga agriculture mission na ating municipal agriculturists, subuman sa ating mga provincial agriculturists and city agriculturists, sa ating regional executive directors and department of agriculture Western Visayas, Director Dennis Arga at ating mga the Regional Technical Director for the Research Evaluation Director sa UB Value and ang ating OIC Director, the Operation and Extension Senior Director, Maria Teresa Solis. Maayong aga sa ating natin yung tayo natin ang mga efforts ng Bigay Western China sa ating mga touch agencies na i-market na ito po sa sektor sa agrikultura sa kamayang aga sa ating kanal. Sigurado na ang panibagong episode, isang naman information na ating para sa ating mga pagkakampi sa ating mga stakeholders, especially sa ating mga kautunan na nagpapalok sa mga sa ating livestock industry, maging mappings natin dito, maging episode, kasi paubod natin ang next in yan, the Veterinary Quality Officer sa Bureau of Animal Industry, si Dr. John Perez Hilario. Sumumano ko po natin ang Veterinary Quality Officer sa Veterinary Quality Station 6, si Dr. Pearl Joy Terawa. Paayong aga sa ating magtanong nila sa ating mga listeners.
Yes, sir. Good morning. Good morning. And of course, on behalf of Dr. Milo Piling Nayan, ang National Director of my Quarantine Officer under the Animal Industry Veterinary Quarantine Region 6. I am once again Dr. John Hilario, the National Region 6. And kaya pamakampanang sa maayong aga, we are very glad to be here. We are very glad on this opportunity to present our regulations for the review of our farmers who are shipping the commodities.
Good morning. Thank you, Sir John. Thank you din sa taga-DA ko sa pagkakataon sa pinagayunan sa amang subukaga na i-share naman ang mga regulations ng sa Bureau of Animal Industry Veterinary Quality Services sa Station 6 and ngayong aga mo sa tanan natin yung mga pag-alagdis mga aga.
Yes, sa istorya natin sa dito, na local shipping permit online sa Bureau of Animal Industry. So yung pangangkot, ang mga sakap o klase sa tungkol ko ang kalaging pinagatinangan maaari sa local shipping permit o kung mga industry para sa ating mga research.
Yes, sir. Siguro sa akin, yung commodities that mention covers ating issuance ng permit under the European Business Model naman siya. But I think yung categorized po naman din para mas hapos ang daan sa mga kalamity. So, bagang sa bagang nagiging buwan, hindi like animals, kadala ka sa mga kasapatan, kailangan magwasang permit, kabuhapon, kadala ka sa bilang ng mga products, animal products, such as honey, or such as itlog, or gatas, kailangan sa permit na siya. Also, ng mga meat products and commodities, kinarangkuhan sa permit, and lastly, of course, animal products. Magkakaroon animal products, ang siyang commodities or products from animals na kumakaon, such as, for example, yung mga skin, hide, o leather, yung mga chicken bell attic, nagagamit sa sabihin. So those are commodities that if you're planning to transport, those commodities kailangan din po para sa ang permit.
Yes, and the next question, kung ano naman ang primary document for requirements, mga basic na mga tinatala ng mga kuha sa house treatment.
Okay, sige. Para kasi administrative order number 5, sinusunod natin ang 2019. Na siya, sir, ang guide naman kung mag-ship kita sa mga animal. So, una na sa mga life animals, nung kung biyahe kami sa mga dogs and cats, ang mga baka, pero importante na veterinary health certificate kung nakuha nila sa licensed veterinarian. Ikabuha, sa mga products nito, importante na aral sila nila na certificate of product registration from the Food and Drug Authority, and then sila MPO or license to operate from the FDA. Sa mga kanina, sa submit na nito, importante na sila ng inspection certificate from the National Inspection Services. Ang unang kanya is local source for the business international shipping pangtura or sa local supermarket. And importante, kung international niya ang kanya, importante na sila ng certificate of inspection from the National Inspection Services. However, sa mga doon, saying mga sila CPR consulted from the FDA. And then, kapag ang client natin, may dala nga po sa lubing na less than 10 kilogram for consumption, yun lang mga kanya, importante na sila dala ng official receipts kung hindi naging bakal ang
And you mentioned the online system. Ano yung ating proseso sa online submission sa mga dokumento sa manual system?
Hindi, sa mga manual issuance natin sa mga shipping permits. Kailangan, ang ating sa office naman, balon yung mga requirements, issue naman sa local shipping permit. So, siguro, mag-un yung ating proseso, na ginatawag ng kita ng online local shipping permit issuance system. So, siguro napaaging, hindi naman kato si client sa office naman, gusto mas may aral siya requirement, secure, mas hindi naman siya, pag may aral sa internet connection, makakuha din siya, maka-apply din siya kanina. So, may dumapit ang process, ang account registration, ang unang step. So, first step niya, importante niya, alam lang sila, active email address and password. So, mag-in lang sila sa nqst.in.gov.ph, i-fill in lang nila ang mga basic information that is sent. Ang next step nila is inside yung subayin for account information. So, i-check ng client ang inbox sa email or sa spam nila. Dira na ang na-click ang confirmation ng bitagaling bayi. So, once confirmed yung username and password, ang third step na is ang application process. So, kadto ka gihapon sa nqst.in.gov.ph, i-log in mo yung active in your account, i-register ka din na ang inyong password, and then, i-fill up natin ang basic information natin, at ang shipping details natin. After sina, i-attach natin ang mga requirements na ginakayo sa BAAO5, and then after sina is isend na lang natin. So from there, mamato na sa system naman at kami sa BAA ang review and upload ng guys sa mga shipping permit nila.
And speaking of ano ang criteria sa pag-approve ng on-device access application system?
Kung sa pag-approve sa mga shipping permit, importante, pag-narin sila sa DAO kaya mga parang requirements. So, pag-comply sila, approve sila. Once na ang mga cases na nakadungayan ila application is, for example, kulang ang ila documents na attach. Ipag-buhat sila ang na-indicate nila na shipping details o sa lahat ng documents na in-attach nila, or probably errors sa documents o di kaya expand ng documents na na-attach. Ang kaso ng bukan na yung application.
Ano yung documents for example, for some instance, kung sa online application.
So, once na napatong sa aming application na kag-order naman, and kita naman, may ala sila sa inyong application, automatic, na return to sender ang application, pabalik kay client, and then may comments na siya alin sa bahay. So, for example, ship lang sa dog, And then sa documents na wala akong ma-attach ang veteran ng certificate and ang vaccination record, makuha kung dito sa bahay, please attach your veteran certificate and the vaccination record. So kailangan sa client, na-comply na siya. And then ang sabi liwat ang i-application para mag-liwat.
And speaking of time frame, ano pag-ibigyan ng time frame para sa mga steps ng application pagkatapos masunod sa online relationship system yung online relationship management system.
So, may alam kita days na processing para mag-work ang shipping permit na. Ang schedule for review and approval ng permit is from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. So, kung na-apply natin yung ating local shipping permit at 8 a.m. before 5 p.m. na ang status ng ating local shipping LSP. So, si client, importante, ma-refresh mo yung portal para check mo from time to time kung anong updates yung iyang shipping permit. And then, kung may scenario na 5:30 isang hapon na din-apply ang iyang shipping permit, ang minsan na the next day na at 8 a.m. So, if ever, sa client hindi, repeated ang iyang errors ng pagdamag siya sa lab during application, kami sa mga veterinary quarantine station, make sure natawagan ng mga client para hindi magbalik namin ang iyang application kung makauun na ang panantanan ng mga sala. So, from there, hindi nakalabot. Sa 3 days, make sure hindi siya sa mga shipping permit na.
Also, kung yung at sila isang permit number in reference to bibigyan sa food
Okay. So, upon application plans portal nito, ang reference code or ang permit number automatic na siya generate ni sa system na. So, ang permit number ang nangyayari ang maging basihan sa mga veteran na quarantine inspectors na sa mga airports, seaports na pag-aagyan sa dealership na kabang ina i-sure wala na ang basihan kung ang inyong permit is legit or hindi fake or hindi siya recycled.
And sige, sa ating pagkalimatinig sa ating mga tools na pag-review of animal of industry sa nagsasal na kasulaw. Speaking of workers to national and permit number, ang naman ang nakakapag sa border control officers sa airport, especially when we are mga papeles, mga records to mga hirap.
Okay? So, for example, client, na-approve ng yellow or shipping permit na magkabiyahe na siya. So, sa tanong ng airport exports na agyan niya, kinangan i-present na ang printed na local shipping permit na issued by BAI and then ang attached documents. So, ang kinangan sa kapag veterinary certificate, kinangan original na siya ang mga inspection certificate, certificate of inspection, kinangan original na ang mga handler's license, ang mga stock, license, transport carrier, pwede o ang other documents, pwede kang pag-continue.
Online
Okay, so ang nakatandaan natin, ang na-local shipping permit is free na siya, wala na siya naman. Okay.
Paano mo susunod ang mga security protocols and data privacy sa pag-upload sa cabinet ng sensitive ng mga information?
Okay, so when it comes to mga data na upload natin online, baing issues na secure ng ating data. So, yung sa tanan, ang ating account, pero ating username, naka-embed na siya sa may system ni BAI. And then, sa BAI, wala na siya nagamit sa mga open source na Microsoft. And then, ikaduha, may ara na siya, nakasubscribe na siya sa SSL, to make sure na ang website is safe, hindi siya hack, and hindi siya nasulat sa mga virus. And then, at the same time, may ara na sila ang ating mga BAI IT personnel, nakasign na sila sa mga disclosure agreement na hindi nila pwede i-leak ang information and hindi liable sila once ang information is nag-grab. And then, BAI also invest in millions of pesos para maprotektahan ng firewalls ang ating website. So, mas assured na natin shipper ang ating data is protected ng BAI.
Yes, and ano naman daw ang mga protocol kung may mga quarantine, inspection, or something sa sakang produkto ng internet.
Okay.
Question, since before transport some permit, we have, of course, the requirement of us mentioned where wala kami akong ayan sila, compliant sila sa aking DAO number 5 series of 2000, the instrumental na issuances. So, kung okay sa nila, after that, mag-ship na sila, malamang na sa kung airports and seaports. So, pag namin nila nila, napakalang documents na pakita nila para makakulong siya sa quarantine officers and inspectors. So the process nila, we will be checking only for the documents, kung okay ang documents, but we will also be checking for the commodities. Commodities that is, I have the day, for some food natin, kung saan siya for kung fit for consumption, ang mas natin is healthy. And I know kung ang documents na, kagawin na shipment na, ang mas kung akong project sabi, consistent ang details. Kay isa pareho ang okay ang shipment, okay ang documents, isama tayo ba? So those are the things that we are checking to ensure na comply with the shippers and tapos safe na healthy and basic commodities from the origin to sa destination.
Ano naman daw na residents ang bayan yung information sa response that response to the service import communication.
Okay. Actually, ang sensibility is actually sa concern mo kung the concern natin is domestic or international. So it depends on which entity are we going to coordinate. But of course, ating coordination with them are actually regular na siya. We have orientation, we have reorientation, we actually update them regularly kung naraan mga pag-room, na-update sa ating regulation ta. Also, as I said earlier, kung depende sa concern, kung I have international siya or domestic, normally is kagumbunsyo ng pag-agi. And for example, kung maaari sila sa airport, we'll be coordinating with, of course, ng PNP-NCU or PNP sa airport and also the Civil Aviation Authority of the Philippines. Kung naman kung malapit sa seaport, makaroon with either the Penguin Port or the PBA, Philippine Ports Authority, and of course, posted as well, ang PNP sa mga port as well. On top of that, if domestic ang concern on top of those mentioned agencies, usually we contact the LGU. However, kung personal naman siya, we commit as well with the CIQ or ng Customs Immigration and Quarantine na group kasi those are our partners from international nila.
Yung alam mo mga proseso ng mga sa renewal ang pag-dispense ng mga naturally ang mga unang handling.
Okay. Ang shipping permit natin is valid for 7 days. So, hindi na siya pwede yung cycle or kung what. So, for example, in Monday, nabiyahe ako kanto Gimaras, magpaba ako ng shipping permit, ang iluilot sa Gimaras. At pagkahapon, kung from Gimaras ako, nabalik ako Iloilo, kinahanglan, magawad ako luwat sa shipping permit from Gimaras to Iloilo. Ang mga returns, mga attached nila, is kinahanglan mag-umal. Hindi ko pwede ma-recycle ang documents na in-attach nila. So, kuha naman sila sa mga requirements.
Then, matawag na fines na alipin ng mga penalty o fines kung, for example, may sila sa pag-fines pa rin sa submission ng kulangan.
Okay. So, for example, ang NCS importer imports and upon apprehension or inspections ng mga veterinary quarantine inspector natin, and nakita ang sa kasumayo is kulang ang mga documents na nadala. So, pagkahatagan ka sa within 24 hours para sa niya inyong na minor violation na makahatag ng consideration. Pero ang in case is fake documents, when recycle ang documents, gintampan na ang documents, automatic na siya return to origin. So, return sa mga niya ang magiging sanction nila. Or ang inyong return to origin, ikaw na ang bayad sa shippers sa gastos na pagpabalik ng isang animals. Pero kung hindi ka magsumbot, hindi ka nagbayad, di automatic kang matalinig parang sa master to confiscate na naman nag-dispose ang animals or products na na-apprehend naman. So, from there, mga serious violation, like for example, upon inspection naman, kita naman sakit ang animals, although may mabaksin siya, automatic confiscation na siya kahit disposal. Kahit kung sakit ng sapat, hindi naman pag-release kayo ang magiging source of mag-black ang sakit. And at the same time, kung kamakain niya, kapag inspection natin, medyo mag-bing na or medyo notes na or hindi na, nagbakot na, automatic confiscation and disposal ang magiging sanction nila. So kung ikaw, nakakamit ka sa various serious violation, ang sanction na pwede na siya, blacklist ikaw, natagan ka ng social cause order, and then pag prove na guilty ka, pwede ka mag-blacklist ng lain. So blacklisting, hindi ka na allowed to ship or to transact in any transactions of your industry. So, ano na siya?
Yes, once again sa ating listeners, online din sa ating viewers, please put that on. They have an ating issue as well. Review and issue si Dr. Richard Perez, si Dr. Man, Veterinary Quality Officer sa Veterinary Quality Station 6, Nicolas Gonzalez, si Dr. Richard Brava, Veterinary Quality Officer, Veterinary Quality Station 6. Kaya si ano siya ito sa ating mga
once again, thank you so much for this opportunity, and we have also a new meeting. We would like to thank DA Raffles and of course Sir James and also our friend Sir Gomez Arpia for having this opportunity to, of course, once again broadcast update everyone's regulation about as far as live animals and the new products is concerned. So, I'm just happy for this opportunity, and hope we will be aware and also will be able to comply lang sa regulation to avoid those regulations mentioned criminal offer.
Sige. Okay. Thank you sa kanyang pagpalamati sa mga ata. Kung may ayaw ka na doon na komentadanan, open po ang aming Facebook account. Pwede nyo siya i-follow pag i-like. Veterinary Quality Services Western Visayas. So, may messenger nila, pwede nyo i-PM yung mga questions.
Once again, sa ating kalkalaki sa ating pagkaan na nag-aampi sa sektor sa Agrikultura, maraming salamat sa sunod na episode ng mga natin bisita. Pag-ibig natin ang kapilakang ng personal sa National Week Inspection Service ng bangay na natin sa ating sunod na episode sa ating mga programa. Sa mga si John Manulago ang Divisional Agriculture ng Fisheries System Section sa Department of Agriculture, Western Visayas. Maayong aga sa atin.
It is common among farmers, especially in the countryside, to own several hectares of land. Mostly were inherited from the older generation and passed to the later generations. However, as time passes by, only a few of the current generation would have an interest on the vast land they have inherited. When in the early years, the older people are into acquiring vast areas of land, the younger people today would rather work in a rented space to earn a living. This is the case of husband and wife, Jose Ray Butuan, a seaman by profession, and attorney Evelyn Arboleda Butuan, a former Japanese general and the founder of the Tree Huggers Movement Incorporated, who owned a few hectares of land, but would eventually buy the portions owned by their immediate families. They were able to acquire a total of 20 hectares of land. The problem, however, most of these lands used to be sugarcane and corn plantations. These are lands with no existing trees and other vegetation, as required by the prior crops. Seeing the sorry state of the land, they decided to start planting it with fruit trees, and with the help of a friend who offered them seedlings of cacao trees under a pay-later scheme. They made the first step of what is now a plantation of more than 3,500 fruit-bearing cacao trees, covering at least 4 hectares of land, and the planting continues today. They have also started planting other fruit-bearing trees. As Jose would say, they planted the cacao trees without any prior knowledge on how to take care of the crop and how to manage it. During the pandemic, Jose decided to stay for good and get serious with farming and cacao planting. He attended several trainings about cacao management and value-adding products. These gave birth to the Bayagan Alboleda and Bubuan, or God's Farm in Barangay Uruguia, Maayon, Capiz. He encouraged his immediate families, who also own lands, to plant cacao trees, and the farm workers on the farm are his relatives, giving them the opportunity to earn income without staying away from their families. It was not a smooth sailing experience, however. They were learning along the process of planting the trees up to its fruit-bearing trees. Typhoon Abaton back in April 2022 battered most of his cacao trees, which made Jose frustrated. It was in one of the trainings sponsored by the Department of Agriculture Western Visayas. Jose's passion reignited after one of the speakers told him to consider his losses as an investment. While they had started producing Tablea back in 2015, Jose and Emily decided to start producing chocolates in 2022 after he retired working overseas. Today, Agria, the chocolate brand, which got its name from their barangay, is seeing supply around Capiz and Iloilo. They have also brought their chocolates to Manila, especially during exhibits.
Siyempre, biglang ang nagtulog sa akin na mag-duty untat sa pag-OFW pa kasi man tungod sa pandemic. Doon nabukan ko at the time na mabigid ang infection sa all over the world. Nag-decide na lang ko nga mabuntat kaya ito nakita ko nag-fruit na ang mga buntanong ng kakao, mga tamat na dadamo. Dito na ko nag-umpisa na yun na ibalik naman ang tradition sa pag-ibras ng Tablea. At the same time, dito na ko nag-research upod sa mga taga-DA to add value sa kakao. So, dito na umpisa na ang paglantaw ko sa fine chocolates na Binto Bar. So, umpisa ang bulig na unang sa akon sa DA is encouragement. Sunod na nakaumpisa na kami, bindugangan na nila ang among mga knowledge sa pagtanong, sa pag-propagate agad, kag ang isa mag-indus may mga interventions na sila like mga seminars dito na proceed ko din ang mga seminars kaya mag-unabo namo dito na tunaan aside from that na hindi ko ya ako sa ima city boy ako ya so wala din niya DA lagi na nakakansa ko sa basic knowledge kada dito man nag-isa na ako na lab sa pagpamuma no hindi lang na manggal na ito na lumipitan lang kundi nga nagustuhan ko dito na higan ko na ang pagpamuma ang DA maghago na sila sa mga pangakas ako sa among pag-harvest ng mga tree namon ang mga water impoundment namin yung mga drums ang rotavators, greenhouse, technical support, may mga ginatag sila ng mga abuluan.
On the other hand, their production averages 1,000 bars a month. They are now producing 70% dark chocolate, milk chocolate, dark chocolate, dark chocolate with nuts, milk chocolate with nuts, white chocolate with cacao nibs, and keto sugar-free chocolate. In the recently concluded Cacao Congress in Cebu City, God's Farm Chocolate placed third in the Philippine First Flavored Pablilla Making category out of 25 MSMEs in Waterfront Cacao Cebu last July 29, 2024. He infused red millet or even cooked salmonete and Bupa syrup in his Tableau entry, proving that the chocolates produced in copies are now at par with the quality of other established producers across the country. Through the High Value Crops Development Program, or HBCPD, of the Department of Agriculture Western Visayas, God's Farm received additional farm support and implements. HBCPD provided them a cultivator, greenhouse, solar plastic, and drums for water storage. These, along with several training programs on cacao production and value adding, are in place as part of the continuing support of DA Western Visayas to the cacao farmers. The region produces around tons of cacao seeds every year. Its growth has helped propel the agricultural sector as one of the main economic drivers in Western Visayas. This is the Department of Agriculture, Western Visayas.
Years surroundings. I-check kung may mga naipong tubig sa mga paso o gulong o iba pa.
In 2015, Western Visayas has a total of 5,866,854 coffee growing trees. Based on the Philippine Statistics Data PSA, there are 276,000 coffee farms in the country and almost 79.4 million trees. The different varieties include Robusta, Arabica, Excelsia, and Liberica. Today, the Department of Agriculture Western Visayas is pushing the limit of the coffee industry in the region under its high-value groups development program. One of the beneficiaries is the National Tumasica Organization, or BCFPO in Sinaloa, Antique. The organization was established in 2001 with at least 275 member farmers today. The local coffee farmers have started producing fine-grade Robusta for the local market. The BCSTO, with the help of DA Western Visayas, has started the empowerment of the coffee farmers in order to improve the production and encourage the common processing and marketing of the produce, which include palay, peanuts, ginger, turmeric, and Panyan coffee. The group has now evolved into a much bigger organization where members coming from nearby barangays like Mindanao, Totola, and Cameroon. In order to sustain better production, DAS and Visayas has provided its members with minimum chainsaws for pruning, detectors, and other tools like solar dryers and UV treated films for drying of coffee seeds. Trainings in several stages of coffee farming and processing were initiated in order to provide the farmers with needed knowledge.
tapos ang growing, tapos so, sila tayo, tapos may komunikasi sa tapos kaya
The coffee products of Usapang has reached and other provinces with the help of DA6 as market linkages are instituted in order to provide a sense of sustainability and security among the farmers. The rise of coffee shops and cafes around the region has provided greater opportunities for the coffee farmers. The story of Bunanakaw Community Latina Sikap Organization is a dynamic example of the people and the government working together to achieve a common end, that is the improvement of their economic conditions, such as the major thrust of the Department of Agriculture in Western Visayas. We serve what the farmers we serve.
Para mahaba ka yan, meron kang rectang kung kami di pa.
Sprang from a dream to restore the livelihood gravely hit by Super Typhoon Yolanda in 2013, Tabok Fisher Folks Association, or TAPA, came about equally carrying a burning commitment to work up their way to recovery. TAPA, in its 7th year, started with 112 members upon establishment in August 2013, and almost a decade after putting up the People's Organization to bring relief among the residents of Tabok, Bulacan, and Ique, this has grew into 130 members with 72 males and 58 females who have been walking hand in hand to improve their lives after breeding catastrophe. As they tread the path of reviving fishing operations, the Philippine Rural Development Project of the Department of Agriculture, through the recommendation of the Provincial Local Government Unit, directed their rather headstrong aspirations into reality, approving them a 999,950 peso lang Bacolod livelihood project, which was reinforced by the Regional Project Coordination Offices under IRI proponent. Ang project po namin ay tinatawag na Bacolod Livelihood Project. Ito po ay isang uri ng panghuli po ng isda na ginagamitin po ng nets and hooks. So ito po ay nakasambal sa ilalim po ng dagat. At ito po ay may mga sandbags na pumipigil po sa nets para hindi po siya umakyat. Ito pong Bacolod Livelihood Project po ay talagang environment friendly po siya kasi ito po ay hindi nakaka-apekto sa kapaligiran. The system of fishing operates with one master fisherman or maestro, 3 rondas or watchers, and 20 busos or net pullers. The master fisherman would first assemble the busos upon signal of rondas through waving a flag queuing for another call from the nets. Upon collection of the catch, the busos are then looking into their nets for damages and fixing them at once before they would hurl the nets for another pulling, done 2 to 3 times per day. On the pursuit of reviving their daily source of income, the association observes a number of best practices, upholding their unifying goal to increase the income of the members by at least 59% annually, from 30,000 pesos to 47,834.11 centavos. Provide employment to at least 30 persons in the locality, and increase membership by 5% annually. On top of their initiatives are best practices. TAFA incorporated a weather monitoring mobile application Windy, which helps them keep the weather in check for conditions that would possibly affect their operations, owing to the core of their association of restoring the livelihood devastated by typhoon. Members, particularly the fishermen crew, were trained and educated to make use of the technology at their advantage. It is being regularly monitored and cross-checked for accuracy and efficiency. Further, among the maintenance practices likewise observed were the monthly nets off, or the suspension of fishing operations, intended for net cleaning upon accumulation of moss, which lasts for a week, and a total nets off lasting for a month. Yung lambaklad po ay nagsisimula po siya ng January to May. And then may total limits off po kami na tinatawag pag June to September. Kasi yung time po ng total limits off is habagat po siya dito sa place namin. So mag-revision po yung aming operation September up to May ulit. Tuwing total limits off po, dahil ginagawa po ng aming mga members, ay kumpunihin po yung aming mga nets. Lilinisan po siya, tatanggalin po yung mga lumot, at i-repair po yung mga balsa, yung aming mga pambot, yung may sira po, para po maka-prepare din po para sa operation po namin sa susunod po na mga buwan. So, sa time po na total limits off, meron din po kami capability building, mga learnings na pinakandak po namin para tuloy-tuloy na yung aming kaalaman. Kung kahit wala kami po operation, tuloy-tuloy po yung aming kaalaman para po sa pagpapatakbo ng aming project. Now, clocking the 10th cycle of operation, the Lambaclad Livelihood Project has shown continued increase in sales since 2018, having 6,718.61 kilograms of fish catch, which translates to 506,084 pesos reported sales in its first year, and 8,952.70 kilograms of fish catch, translating to 995,221 pesos in 2018, and 9,971.85 kilograms of fish catch, which translates to 1,138,652 pesos in 2020, and 11,485.45 kilograms of fish catch, translating to 1,579,948 pesos in 2021, and 33,340.30 kilograms of fish catch, which translates to 4,380,256 pesos in 2022, respectively. Being an established organization, the profit sharing scheme is being employed with the association, firstly compensating the rondas on duty for the day with 10% from the gross sales, whereas a weekly 30% are utilized for the fishermen crew and the remaining 60% for the association share. With TAFA's civil society organization accreditation, various grants from the regular programs of the Department of Agriculture came their way and have been an additional income-generating ability among its members. These are trading capital assistance amounting to 332,100 pesos under the BA Ahmed 6, various support to enterprises, supplementing the trading capital for fish buying and selling activity of PACOM last November 5, 2021. Kung total limits off po, wala po kaming Lambaclad operation, so wala po kaming income. Meron naman po kaming alternate sa isa naming project na tinatawag po na talipapa. Ang talipapa po ay binigay din po sa amin ng regular fund per day na ginamit po namin para sa pagbili po ng mga isda, gulay, manok, mga karne sa mga local farmers po namin dito sa aming barangay. Yung purpose po talaga niyan is para makatulong din po sa aming mga local farmers na mabili po ang kanilang mga produkto. Nakakatulong din po yung aming talipapa project para po sa community po namin kasi medyo malayo po kasi yung place ng bayan po namin na pumunta pa sila doon para bumili po ng kanilang mga kailangan sa kanilang mga bahay. Dahil meron na po kaming talipapa, usually dito po talaga bumibili, ano na po yung mga members po namin. Kaya natangkilig po talaga at ng mga kalapit po namin ng mga barangay. This is coupled with the enhanced Kaliwa ni Kanya Kita financial grant assistance under Type B category or logistical support, amounting to 1 million pesos for the procurement of their own delivery truck to address the challenges in delivering their product to the market due to frequent lockdowns during pandemic. And in 2023, another enhanced Kaliwa grant amounting to 1,500,000 pesos for the procurement of equipment, materials, and labor for the expansion and operations of Lambaclan Enterprise is underway. For the expected expansion of the enterprise, it aims to employ another 12 fishermen and would open employment among the residents of Libertad Antique. Notably, as the association eyes for sustainable livelihood, they allocated 40% of their income as contingency fund, as maintenance of their fishing equipment, and as allocation for the planned expansion of the livelihood project.
Para po sa aming contingency plan, meron po kami nakalaan po na 40% mula po sa aming gross sales. Ito po ay pinakabit po talaga namin para po may magamit po kami sa maintenance po ng aming lambaklan budget. So ito rin po ay gagamitin po namin kung sakaling magkakaroon na po kami ng time na ano po kami ng expansion para sa isa pong unit ng aming lambaklan.
Born from a steadfast desire to recover from the damages brought by Super Typhoon Miranda, the Lambaclan Livelihood Project has stood on its feet and has been serving hope to the fisher folks of Libertad Antique with the help of the Philippine Rural Development Project, Regional Project Coordination Office 6, VA AMAD 6, and the Provincial and Municipal Local Government of Antique.
Ano ba? May mga...
Kapit ay balita, informasyon at sari-saring kaalam tungkol sa sektor ng agrikultura sa ating bayan. Usapang Agrikultura kasama ang Department of Agriculture. Alamin ang mga hakbang ng administrasyon para mas mapaunlad pa ang iba't ibang industriya at agrikultural at pakinggan ang mga proyektong handog sa mamamayan upang malago ang kanilang mga kabuhayan. Usapang Agrikultura, Lunes hanggang Biyernes, alas 5 ng umaga, dito lang sa Radyo Pilipinas.